these knives. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Maximum Flavor Live, guys. We are live from my home kitchen, and we are creating recipes that you're actually going to want to eat, and you're going to want to make them over and over again. They're going to be easy, not a whole lot of cleanup, and super crave worthy. So hang tight. So guys, we've got a bunch of great recipes coming up, starting from, you've all heard of chicken piccata, right? It's a beloved Italian-American dish, available in almost all Italian menus. It's citrusy, it's bright, it's light. It makes you want that second bite and then third bite and the fourth bite. But have you heard of chicken piccata pasta? And no, I'm not talking about having your chicken piccata and then a bunch of spaghetti next to it. No, it's a dish that comes together in less than 20 minutes, really, but bursting with flavor. This is chicken piccata done maximum flavor style. Coming up in just a few. Garlic, capers, onions. Gathering all of our ingredients. I think I'm going to chop up some garlic. Yep, we got a ton of maximum flavor. So many great recipes coming up. I'm just gathering all of my ingredients because since we started doing this live stream, I think today is going to be the day that we've done, or that we will have done the most cooking. So gathering everything. And vinegar, rice. Right in front of me. Chili. Sugar. We've got that. Lots of lemon. This might seem like a dumb question now, but did we get our jingle? Not really, right? Our jingle? No? Jingle? For the stream that's supposed to go on? No. I know. Michael was supposed to. Said we could have done it from last one, so. Got it. No jingle? No jingle yet?
What now?
Remember the music? No? We didn't get to do that, right?
Properties.
No.
Yeah,
Correct? No? Right? Okay. Ooh. Salt, pepper. Okay. Is that? Hi, welcome in, welcome in. Hi, all. We are just about ready to start our very first dish. So, after the holiday season starts, I gotta say, everyone gets this. I mean, after the holiday season ends, everyone gets this itch to eat healthier, maybe trim down some, maybe not, but definitely like that better version of you is on the list for everybody's like resolutions and whatnot. Sometimes it's not losing weight. Sometimes it's just eating better, eating healthier. And sometimes it's just a palate question. So we've been eating indulgently, we've been celebrating, all that. So sometimes just biologically, our palates actually want something refreshing, crunchy, light, bright, high acid, all of that. How many of you guys crave that come January? I know I do. I know right now I want those big, beautiful salads, and sometimes I might eat a burger after, but I definitely am craving that. So I thought, why not do like a version of like a wedge salad crossed with like a green goddess, but let's say not a ton of seeds and this and that. Let's keep it simple, light, and bright. So green goddess dressing, left to, oh, let me lower this, left to interpretation. Let's see, let's go. What is green goddess dressing? I have some sushi rice working in the back for another recipe that's coming up. But green goddess dressing is so, so delicious. Highly craveable, highly addictive. It got its name because it's green, and it's actually really, really great for you. There's a lot of substitutions for what goes into it, but the base is pretty much, you get mayo. You can make it homemade or buy your favorite mayo. You can swap it out for sour cream, do a mixture of both, but basically mayo, olive oil, a really great extra virgin olive oil, lemon juice, as many green herbs as you like, or as little as you like, but and the variation of it too is as much as your heart desires. Some people keep it simple, 2 or 3, and some people run the gamut. They put 6 or 7 fresh herbs in there. I'm going to put some of my favorite ones in there. You hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and you can store this for weeks. Fresh green goddess dressing, and it's not just for salads. It's great for vegetables. It's great for fish and seafood. So we're going to get right to it. I'm going to start off with a little bit of mayo that's going to go right into my mixer or my food processor right here. I'm going to do my dressing first and put that aside, and then we're going to build our actual salad. Lemon. Okay, I'm going to cut that in half and squeeze that right in. Okay. So I like to squeeze it sideways. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it or not, but I find it a lot easier to squeeze and pour sideways. There we go. Sometimes I don't use the actual like citrus squeezer, but when I don't want to mess around and I want to make sure that I get as much juice as possible, I don't mess around with it. So a lot of green goddess dressing recipes call for avocado. We're going to open this avocado and see. I have one left, so I am going to add it if it's good. If this, when I open it up, it's Pandora's box, I'm not. No, see, that's a bad one. So if you wanted to squeeze in there some nice omegas in there, put a Hass avocado into your green goddess dressing. Not needed, but it does give a little bit of extra nutrition to it. I am going to squeeze a little bit of sour cream for body on here. Let's do, I would say for this amount, let's just do 2 garlic cloves. 2 garlic cloves. That's about right. So here we have fresh parsley, fresh cilantro, parsley and cilantro. Perfect. Let's do a couple, not a lot. If you see what I have here is about 3 or 4 leaves of fresh mint. I do not, and I tell you, I do not want my lettuce to taste like mint by any stretch. But I do enjoy that little bit of like freshness that it does impart. So don't skip it, but just don't go crazy. Okay, a little bit of the tips of the green onions or the scallion. Okay. Then I have here some fresh dill. Ah, the smell of fresh dill is spectacular. I'm going to do about a 1/4 cup of fresh dill. Okay, that should be good. Okay. Okay. Now, with that, We're going to season this with a little bit of kosher sea salt and black pepper. Let's do about a teaspoon's worth. Good amount of black pepper as well. Okay. Now let's add a really good quality of extra virgin olive oil. For this one, I'm using this Greek extra virgin olive oil. There's a theme today as well. Okay, so we're probably gonna have to add a little bit more olive oil and or lemon juice as we go. But this is the base. We're gonna see how this comes together now. Oops, in a little bit. So let's close this up. I smell a Greek theme. Perchance, per maybe. There's definitely a Mediterranean theme today, I'll tell you that. That's beautiful. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that smell, guys. So we're going to give this a taste. Oh, wow. I love that. I want a little bit more dill in here. Let's do a little more dill. And a little more lemon juice. Actually, I'm going to add a little vinegar. We'll kill this vinegar here. Oh, yeah. So dill reminds us of French. Oh, hi, chef. I am planning meals. I get decision paralysis with vegetable sides. Even though I know plenty of combinations, I forget them under pressure. Oh my goodness, do you have any tips on how to be more productive here? This happens to 99% of people, I gotta tell you. It's a real thing. It's so funny because you will have a million combinations in your head, things that you like, that you've scrolled through social media and you've seen, and you're like, oh, I'm going to make this. This is totally up my alley. I'm going to make this. This is all me. And then come day that you're either shopping or you're actually cooking, you forget everything. That happens to so many people. So what I like to do, it's kind of like a cheat sheet. Believe it or not, my cell phone, my iPhone has that note tab, and I actually write in my notes flavor combinations that I really enjoy. I know that sounds like probably real nerdy, but I do that. And then that's sometimes the building blocks to how I create a recipe. So, for example, this dish really came from the day after New Year's Eve, and I'm like, I want a salad. And then I actually went on to like Uber Eats, and I couldn't find the salad I was craving. And so then I'm like, yeah, but I really want this. I want this crunch. I want this flavor profile. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make this on the stream because this salad doesn't exist. So iceberg lettuce, it's predominantly water. So if you're going to enjoy iceberg lettuce, which the crunch is spectacular, it's refreshing. It's one of those lettuces that, come on, like it's enjoyable to eat, guys. It really is. So make sure you're buying organic iceberg lettuce. Do not buy the regular stuff because why? This grows on the ground. It's basically a sponge of the water that it's sitting on and, you know, the soil that it's grown in. So 100% this is worth, a lot of people question, is it worth getting organic? Yes, if we're talking about iceberg lettuce or any lettuce for that matter. If we're talking about a banana or a pineapple, not so much. They have thick skin and they grow high above. So iceberg lettuce, I'm starting off here with cutting it up, I took out the outer layer, and then I'm just going to kind of quarter it. I might make that even smaller after this. Yeah, actually I am. And I'm going to grab this real nice. This is good. And then this is a really nice size, because sometimes when you buy organic, you get them smaller because they're not doused with chemicals. Oh boy, how do I grab this? Okay, so I'm going to get this beautiful platter here. Give this a rinse. Okay, so I'm going to get this beautiful salad plate that I have here. And we're going to start to build our beautiful iceberg wedge salad. And this, you can make this as chopped up as you like, or as little as chopped up as you like. You don't have to follow my lead here. And I actually have another one. So we're going to fill this entire platter. So I'm going to cut this in half again, then in quarters. And I'm going to take out the outer layer. And you're like, why do you take out the outer layer? Because those leaves tend to be a little bit wilted. And we're going for crunch here. Okay. There we go. Save this for another salad. Then now I take my dough scraper and get this area nice and clean. All right, so I'm going to set this aside, and now I have here some fresh radishes, which I'm going to use my Japanese ceramic slicer to cut up a couple of slices. Let me see, you could go as thin or as thick as you like. So radishes add another bit of fresh crunch, you know. They're palate cleansers. Have you ever wondered why these are served? If you go to Texas or California, with your tacos, like if you order tacos, street tacos, or if you go to like a famous taqueria, there's two things that are always on your plate along with the tacos, and they don't ever really serve that elsewhere. But it's very common over there, and it's slices of radishes, okay? And then you get a roasted or fried entire jalapeno. That's kind of like your heat element, okay? Besides the sauces. Sauces are completely different, but people like, you know, chow down on an entire roasted jalapeno. And then your palate cleanser, believe it or not, is the fresh radish. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why that's there. Because how do you go from such crazy flavor to then something with hardly no flavor? Well, that's because it's a palate cleanser. Nature's palate cleanser. Okay. These are also fantastic, pickled and all of that, but we want it for its fresh crunch and really nothing else. All right, so next I'm going to take a little piece of red onion. Okay. So we're going to mix this dressing a little more. Perfect. Again, just very few ingredients, but very, very delicious. Okay, so now I'm going to start building this, and you're going to see how easy. So now I'm going to drizzle over my iceberg wedge, my green goddess dressing, making sure that I hit every single wedge here. And you guys, you saw how easy this was to make this dressing. So this is what I mean about, like, you don't have to go and run and get store-bought dressing that's got a million chemicals in there. Forget that. It's so much more delicious when you make it yourself, you know. Okay, so now let's build these layers. I'm going to bring out my Japanese slicer again. So now to enhance the flavors from the dressing, because remember it's loaded, okay? We're going to sprinkle these red onions all over, like so. Oh yeah, I love fresh onion and iceberg. Oh, it's the basis of almost every Italian dressing as well. So in the dressing, we have equal parts mayonnaise and sour cream, lemon juice and extra virgin olive oil. I specifically used a really nice Greek extra virgin olive oil, nice and fruity, really delicious. Salt, pepper, 2 cloves of garlic, and then for the green herbs, I used flat leaf parsley, a little bit of mint, not too much, just kind of wakes it up, but does not taste like mint at all. Cilantro, dill, and the tips of my green onions right here, the very like forward pieces of it. So again, very, very delicious, very vibrant. This is the type of salad that really makes you want to continue to eat it. You're like, what do you mean continue to eat it? Well, because it's so vibrant that it doesn't get like overindulgent, like sometimes ranch or blue cheese can get. So, all right. So now I'm going to add tricolored sesame seeds. You're like, really? Green goddess? Yep. So much more crunch. So now you have the crunch from the actual lettuce. You have the crunch from the onion. And now you're going to have crunch from these sesame seeds. So you want to go ham on them. You really want to make sure you're adding just like enough so everybody gets enough here. Now we're going to layer in our beautiful fresh radishes, guys. Again, when you cut into this, you want to make sure that you're getting radishes at like in every wedge. I love this. Absolutely love it. Okay. Then because the dominant flavor here is dill, we're going to get dill fronds, which is like the very beautiful, delicate tips of the dill. Okay. We just kind of put them all over delicately. All over, like so. Can't wait for spring. All right. We can, let's go overhead if we can. Look at this beautiful, vibrant, fresh salad, guys. Healthy, delicious, crunchy, and oh, so satisfying. I mean, so satisfying. Sexy Cam? Okay. I mean, I'm like, if you're talking about salads that are satisfying, this is it. This is absolutely it. You're still. No. There you go. Beautiful. Yes, guys. Iceberg, green goddess dressing, shaved red onion, shaved radishes, some tricolored sesame seeds. This is so delicious. No signal? What happened? Oh. Yes. I love when salads look like that. So I'm going to give this a quick try. I'm going to go right into it like this. Let's get a little piece of onion as well. And let's get a radish. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Crunchy, satisfying, light, bright, yum. That's what it's about, people. That is what it's about. Okay, so speaking of salad, hold on. Coffee. All right, I'm going to put this back here. There we go. I know you're eating a donut, but you got to try this. So, guys, let me know, chat. Is this a salad that you'd be interested in making? Is it a nice variation from a wedge ranch salad? Is this, you know, like that flavor profile? Is it something that you're looking for this time of year? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. So, all right. So, speaking, yes, more inclined to making this over ranch. Yeah, and remember that if you want to impart a little bit more nutrition, throw into that same like dressing half of a Hass avocado. Spectacular. Okay, next. Who is a Friends fan? Like the show Friends, you know, Rachel, Ross, all of these guys. Well, I grew up watching Friends here and there. I wasn't like a crazy fan, but definitely grew up watching it. Followed their story for as long as they were, you know, on the air. And no matter whether you're a fan or not, you can't negate that Friends was an awesome show. So one of the stars from the show, Jennifer, loved Friends back in the day. Yep. Oh. So one of the stars of the show, Jennifer Aniston, was famous for eating the same salad or the same lunch every day that she was on set for 10 years. And their on-set chef had to make this exactly the same way every single time she was on set for 10 years. She wouldn't get tired of it. But the truth is that it's extremely, extremely delicious. And since we're on that salad binge today, I thought, let's make it. Why not? Let's make Jennifer Aniston's salad on the set of Friends, and let's enjoy it. Why not? Okay. So if somebody was able to eat this for 10 years straight, I think it's worth giving it a shot. So I have here some organic quinoa that I have cooked up. Okay. This is what quinoa looks like. Okay, so we just want to make sure that you cook it up and then that you don't overcook it so it's not mushy. It should be nice and loose like this. Okay, quinoa is so healthy for you. One of those ancient grains. And it's very filling. So it's not something that you're like eating healthy and you're like, oh my, but I'm going to be hungry like 15 minutes later. No, you won't. Not if you do this right. So we have their quinoa. I have here about a cup's worth of organic chickpeas. That's going to go right in there. Now we're going to set this aside while I build the rest of it. So the rest of it is really pretty simple. And again, anybody could do this. Like anybody could do this. I'm going to get a long English cucumber. And I'm going to cut batonets pretty much so I could dice this up. I'm going to leave the core intact as much as I can. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing for all sides. Okay, we're going to toss the actual core. Oh, that's actually going to be a good amount of cucumber. That's good. Okay. So batonets means that we make batonets means bats, like this. About 3-inch long, between 3 and 4 inches long and a 1/4 inch thick. So once you cut them like this and then you cut them horizontally, you will have a dice. And if you cut them really small, you will have a fine dice. Okay. That is great. So dough scraper goes right in here. Okay. Next, we're going to get that other half of the onion. Cut the ends off. We're going to peel. Peel that outer layer out. Okay. Let me rinse my knife just because that peel kind of sticks to it. So sometimes you do have to run some water through it. Okay. So we're going to slice downward. We make about 10 slits. Then hold it together and then let's make 3. If you can get 3 horizontally, that's good. And then we go down again. That's perfect. Then we turn it on its side. Yep. Okay. So we make sure that we run our knife a couple times around it so we don't get really big pieces of onion in there. Okay. So if you don't like chickpeas, you can also make sure that you get any other beans. You can get a white bean if you like, pinto beans, any beans really works, but chickpeas is like, this was her recipe. This is how she enjoyed it, so. Okay, now I'm gonna get a bell pepper. I think I'm gonna use a yellow bell pepper for this. So we're going to slice from the outside, keeping the core away from, because this is raw, we're not going to cook it down. We want to make sure that the core and the seeds, we're not digesting that. And then we're going to mince that up as well. Okay. You can use any bell pepper that you like. You can use red, orange, green. I'm using yellow, but you can use any of those. If you don't know, bell peppers are green are the zestiest, and we're talking about bell peppers, so no spice whatsoever. And then they get sweeter as they get richer in color. So then yellow is the closest to the green, so you have that zest and the sweetness. If you get orange, slightly sweeter. And then red is the ripest of the bell peppers. So yes, a green bell pepper will ultimately turn red. If you leave it in the fridge for long enough, you'll see it starts to turn color. Okay. Okay, perfect. So again, we're going to run the knife like so. So here in there we have the quinoa, we have the chickpeas, we have cucumber, we have red onion, and now yellow bell pepper. Okay. Looking good, guys. Looking fantastic. So here we are going to season up our salad with a little bit of salt and black pepper. Okay. All right. Let me get a mixing spoon. Okay. And we're not done yet with one of the fantastic ingredients that goes in this, which is feta cheese. Feta, high protein. Okay. Let's cut the other side as well. So we're going to squeeze the lemon juice right into it. It's going to go right in. Oh, yeah. A dash of red wine vinegar. Extra virgin olive oil. And you want to go hard on this, a good amount. Okay. So let's give this a good mix. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. We're not done yet. Okay. Now let's add a little bit of fresh herbs. Fresh parsley, dill, mint. Give these herbs a quick chop. And I'm going to add a clove of garlic in there as well. Chet, let me know if you're one of those people that could eat the same thing every single day, basically, at least for lunch. Could you repeat the same thing for a lengthy amount of time, like 10 years? Can you imagine? I mean, no, unfortunately. I can't either. I will repeat something like if I'm on, like, I'm really craving it and I just can't get enough. I can do it for like 3 days. But after 3 days, I'm like, I need to give this a break. Okay. So we're going to dump that right in there. Okay. Okay, so let's mix. And the reason why I'm mixing so much prior to adding the feta is because I don't want the feta to like get into like an ashy state or super crumbly. I want you to be able to actually be able to see the feta in here. Okay, now I like to cut slices like this because now when I go to crumble it with my hands, it falls apart easier. Chef has nothing on cava. Ooh, what is cava? Are you talking about the Spanish sparkling wine? So feta is one of those like secret ingredients that's actually like very, very good for you. If you, oh, Mediterranean fast food joint, right? Ah, okay. Mediterranean fast food, I love it. I love that. I love that type of concept. I think it's the way that a lot of people should be eating. Honestly, California was onto this 20 years ago, but I'm glad that everybody is catching up now. Like a chipotle, okay. Mix, bring from the bottom to the top. Oh yeah. And this will sit in the fridge for more than a week. All these ingredients hold up, high protein, high fiber, keeps you full. This is like the perfect lunch. You don't need to serve this with a piece of meat, guys. You're getting protein from the feta. You're getting protein from the chickpeas. This is outstanding, okay? This is highly nutritional, highly delicious. Let's give this a taste before we go and serve this. Okay. Mmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I am going to adjust though. This is where I do need a little more salt in here. It's a lot. And I definitely want more acid. So I am going to finish the vinegar in this. Mm-hmm. So incredibly delicious. Let me continue to mix. I'm going to put this in a pretty plate, so give me 1 second. All right, guys, who is eating more like this in 2026? Let me know. Got you? Oh yeah, let's do an intro for social. Okay, so I'm going to plate this. Then let's do a little fennel on here. That's it. That's what's up. Okay. Let's do, let me bring this that way. Actually, this could be in the background. Okay. Okay. All right, let's do sexy cam. No, that's not working for me. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Jennifer Aniston's salad that she ate for lunch on set for 10 years straight. You've got quinoa, chickpeas, cucumber, bell pepper, onion in a very fresh, extra virgin olive oil style dressing. It's sprinkled with feta cheese. Extremely delicious, filling, healthy for you. Lots of crunch, lots of big, bold flavors, guys. And something that you can make and store in the fridge. Make it Sunday night, enjoy it Sunday night, and have the rest for the rest of the week. Again, easy to prep and very, very delicious. Okay, all right. Okay. Hmm. 320. Make Jennifer Aniston's iconic salad she ate on the set of Friends for 10 years straight. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So good. Mm-hmm. Wow. All right. John, would you like to try Jennifer Aniston salad? I know you probably were maybe eating a donut or something, but or no.
I always have time for maximum flavor.
All right.
Um,
Are you into salads though? Ish? No, you're not.
I can get there. You know.
All right, let's see.
I just gotta open up my palate from time to time. I can see why she stayed skinny.
It's lean. It.
It's white, but I'm more of a How I Met Your Mother type of guy.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta
Gotcha.
say it. I gotta say it.
How
I
I
didn't really
Met-
watch Friends, but I'll give it
Okay.
a shot. Just
All right.
because Jennifer Aniston made something really,
Okay.
really good. It was really good.
All right. Well, enjoy. Okay. Take some to your friends back there. Get it?
I just got it.
Mm. I'm actually going to have a little bit of this before we continue, but oh. All right. Yep. All right. Oh, it's right here. Okay. So for our next one, our next recipe, we have this lentil and date salad, which I'm like, very interesting. So again, in the spirit of eating healthier and eating whole foods, but not skimping on things that are extremely delicious and highly addictive, I have here some organic pitted dates. Let me see, for this amount, dates are like a superfood, guys. You need to look up all the health benefits of dates. I had no idea how many health benefits dates have. I have here some cooked organic lentils right here. You want to make sure they're cooked off. They take about 20 minutes, and I like to cook them in chicken bone broth. Again, more nutritional benefits to it. So, chicken bone broth, lentils cook for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, that's pretty fast. You let them cool off, you drain them, let them cool off. And now I'm gonna do, the prep that goes into this salad. So, let's see, I need another red onion. Where are you? So there's some striking similarities in, I love making dates stuffed with goat cheese and wrapped with bacon. Is that still healthy? The only healthy part of that is the actual date, but that's so delicious. I mean, that's a great holiday appetizer, really a appetizer really for anything. Anytime you're gonna indulge a date that's stuffed with cheese and wrapped in bacon, oh my gosh, say less. Okay, so I have here an orange bell pepper, and I am going to mince that up. So lentils are about one of the most nutritionally dense beans that there are, believe it or not. And in some cultures, on New Year's Eve, you are supposed to have a bowl of lentil soup to, I guess, wish you a really great and prosperous New Year. I believe that's in Latin America. I believe so. Okay. So again, you can use any bell pepper really. You can use green, you can use red, yellow, orange. I'm using orange for this today. And the decision is solely based on aesthetic, color. Since these lentils are like army green, almost on the brown side, I wanted to go with this orange bell pepper. Okay. All right. So it's funny because so much of how we eat has to do with what we're how we're thinking, right? So do you know that if you eat stuff with different textures, like crunch, creaminess, and all that, a variation of textures, your brain will register it as satisfying. So you're likely to eat less of something with a lot of a multi-texture dish, because your brain will be like, oh yeah, this is satisfying, I'm good. Okay, so I'm going to cut this onion in half, take out the outer layer. I don't know about you, but I got to eat with crunch. For me, it's crazy. Like, I don't feel like I ate well if I don't have two things, which is spice and crunch. Okay. Yeah, you're just going through all the bell pepper rainbow today, Chef. Yep, pretty much. Yep. And so, chef hack, guys, if you have a lot of produce in your fridge, end of the week comes and you don't want to waste produce, right before it turns, turn it into a salad. And once you turn it into a salad and it's holding in vinegar and oil or an acid and oil, it will extend the shelf life a bit, So toss it into a salad, a pasta salad, a veggie salad, something like this, a bean salad. So it's a good way to save your turned produce or also for herbs. All right, so let's bring in our dough scraper and we're going to start dumping. Bell peppers go in. Onions go in. Then okay. Next, we are going to get, I'm going to do 3 cloves of garlic here. I'm going to smash. Do a pinch of salt with it. When you put salt in your garlic cloves, if you're chopping it up solo like this, it helps with being abrasive and extract the flavor. The salt extracts the flavor of the garlic, but it helps it also not slide around on you. Okay. I tell you, when I come across recipes like this, dishes like this, that are so delicious, but they're actually healthy for you, I can't stop talking about them for weeks. I will tell everybody I know, hey, what are you cooking up this week? Make this. Hey, what are you making this week? Do you like lentils? Make this. I will be extra annoying about it. Okay, so we have here our cooked off lentils, peppers, onions, garlic. What's next? Oh, cucumber. We got to add our cucumber. Here we go. So same thing as the Jennifer Aniston salad recipe. A lot of the crux of this dish is pretty simple and similar to the Jennifer Aniston salad recipe, which are the foundation of a Greek salad, if you think about it. bell pepper, onion, and cucumber. That's the base. Okay. But I think I'm going to super love this because the savoriness, the acid, and then the sweetness from the dates, that's just like, wow. That's definitely going to cause flavor fireworks. That's for sure. Okay. A little more. Batanettes. Okay. Then we give this another quick mince. Okay. Into the bowl it goes. Guys, dough scraper for the win every single time, I tell you. Get a little bit of oil. Okay. So now I have here some white balsamic vinegar. We're going to do a splash of that. We have here extra virgin olive oil, about a 1/4 cup's worth. I'm going to squeeze fresh lemon juice into this. Okay, I'm getting all excited here with this. Sprinkle some salt over it. Black pepper. And then, same thing. We go from the bottom to the top, like so. Bottom to the top. This is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we're going to let that sit. Now, let's add some fresh parsley, some green onions. Okay, let's mix that up. Chop, 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 chop. So the herbaceous part of this salad is actually really important. So add however much more you like of a specific herb. Like so, for example, if you really love parsley, add more parsley. If you love green onion, add more green onion. So same thing with the herbs as like folding. We go from the bottom, bring it to the center, and chop. Chop. Okay. Dough scraper into the bowl. Okay. Okay, so now let's mix that up. Bottom to the top and to the center, to the top and to the center. So here's where we want to taste for salt and pepper, because here we can add, you know. Mm-hmm. So good. Mm-hmm. A little more balsamic. Fantastic. And the longer this sits, let's say, in the fridge, the more the flavors are going to come out spectacular. So with the dates, we take off that little barky side there. That's where the pit would have been, right? This one doesn't have it, so that's good. Okay. Now, these are sticky, so we want to do not that many at a time so they don't really stick together. These might be easier to cut if you put them in the freezer for a little while. But using a knife like this, that's a cleaver, makes it easier. Okay, so let's separate it as we throw it in. So you get that contrast of the, you know, savoriness, the saltiness, the high acid, all of that. Oh, so good with the sweetness of the date. And texturally also, it's fun because this is chewy and sweet and sticky, and you have all the other crunchiness from, you know, the veggies and, you know, and then the texture alone from the actual lentil is fun as well. I think like 4 dates is good for this amount of lentils. Okay, like a dried cranberry, yep. Would you recommend putting honey on dates, or would that make it too sweet? You know, people do that, but I have to say I'm not a fan. I think it does make it too sweet. Dates have their natural sweetness and their own flavor profile. So, as does honey. So I like for them to live alone. Like, let the honey speak for itself. Let dates speak for themselves. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we got here. So once the dates hit, you know, the olive oil and stuff, it'll also make it easier to separate. Okay. Okay, so how I would serve this lentil salad is with pita thins, okay? Oh yeah, that is nice. It's healthy, but it's fun, you know? Okay, let's see. Let's see here. So I dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Mmm. 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 Oh my God. Mmm. Wow. There's a concentrated piece of date there. Oh. Mmm. Wow. Okay, let's do an intro for social. Okay. Here we go. You guys got to make this lentil and date Mediterranean salad now. Mm-hmm.
Can you do it again, but move the bowl from the frame, like the front bowl?
Okay.
The stick of the wooden spoon? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Make this Mediterranean lentil and date salad now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. All jokes aside, this is fantastic. Fantastic.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
try?
add more dates. Oh yeah. And add more dates to it because it really is all, that makes it so much fun. Who would have thought lentils and dates go so well? Wow. You know that dates are one of the most ancient foods on this planet?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say quinoa as well?
Yep. Oh yeah.
I'm eating ancient today, guys.
Yep.
Call me prehistoric.
Right?
I deserve.
Yeah. Ah, the dance. The dance. Yes. Yes.
I just embarrassed myself
Mhm.
for the stream, guys. Never seen me do that in public.
Wow. Stoic man. Mm-hmm. You know, this really reminds me of my days at NBC6 in South Florida. We did, for 14 years, we did a segment called Maximum Flavor Live on Channel 6 down here. And we used to do Maximum Flavor style recipes every Thursday. But this is when people really didn't make delicious food necessarily for TV, because who was really going to eat it? The viewers weren't going to taste it. So a lot of stuff, people used food stylists and things like that because people really didn't eat the food. But I used to come on set and make the food just because I couldn't do it any other way, just like I was making it at the restaurant. And so people would come out of the woodworks, anchors from their desk, people from the control room, and eat the actual food. And so here we're in the live stream, and I'm making the food like if I'm making lunch for everybody, for real. Adjusting seasonings and everything, like if the viewers can actually taste it. But it's just, I'm a creature of habit. This is what we do. So this is outstanding. I don't even know which one I like better. I don't know if I like the Jennifer Aniston quinoa salad or this lentil salad. Happy New Year. Peg the Great, welcome in. Glad you love this salad episode. Need all the recipes. Not going to do dry January, but perhaps salad January. No, dry January is a hard no. Most people, I mean, I don't know if you've read the failure rate of that. People give up anyways by like the second week, they're done. So for those of you that want to try dry January, good for you. But how about damp January? Let's not go hard like in December, but maybe let's damp January. That way, when you fall off the wagon, because you will, you don't feel bad with yourself, you know. But anyways, these are salads that you're really going to enjoy, that you're going to want to make on repeat, that are high protein salads, high fiber. It's not just salad to just have salad. It's salad with a purpose, but so much texture that it's highly irresistible. Big, big flavors here. Anyways, next. Okay, next. Let's do, oh, I'm especially excited for this one. Like, I couldn't contain myself pretty much last night when I'm like, you know what, I'm going to test this recipe out. You guys, I love Stanley Tucci. Do you? Devil Wears Prada is about that. I know they were filming earlier this year. It's about to come out pretty soon. I love Stanley Tucci's authentic love for simple Italian food. Absolutely love it. Anyways, here I have organic flavor bombs. Okay, flavor bomb. I just gave these a rinse. Flavor bomb tomatoes. Absolutely love these tomatoes. They actually taste like tomatoes. They taste like how tomatoes should taste. Tomato-y. Tomatoes actually have a like a similarity, believe it or not, to Parmesan cheese. They should actually have a little funk to them. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that because they've been eating like bad processed tomatoes all their life. So, but anyways, Stanley Tucci made a couple weeks ago this outstanding tuna salad recipe, and I'm like, you know what? I got to try it. So I think it's time for us to make Stanley Tucci's tuna salad, and we're going to add a little bit of maximum flavor here and there because there's a couple of things that I would have definitely added to maybe not keep it so simple or so monotone, but again, the base of it, the Tucci salad, yeah, Stanley Tucci salad, exactly. We have here some organic cannellini beans, white beans. You can use butter beans, but white bean. So, and then our sugar bomb. I'm gonna rinse my, actually, let's get another knife. We're gonna dice up here these sugar bomb tomatoes, and you can make these as small or as large as you like. Tune cheat. By the way, Tunchi, there's a hip hop song where that refers to Tunchi. Lil Wayne. Okay. So we're going to slice this up. Yes. Okay. Wow. Going everywhere. So we want to get about a half a cup's worth of these tomatoes. You can use any tomato really, but these sugar bombs are, I'm telling you, next level tomato. Who's a tuna salad fan? Let me know. I'd love to know if you're a tuna salad fan. Me too. Me too. It's funny because, yes, it is a smelly sandwich, but why do we all love it so much? I think it's fantastic, actually. And a great tuna salad? Yes. Okay, a couple more of these. Okay. Oops. Okay. I think we're good here. Yeah. That's about half a cup's worth. Yeah. So, save that. Then we're going to add a couple of cloves. These are small. So let's do 5 or 6. Smash. Smash. Same thing. Let's hit it with some garlic. The garlic with some salt causes some abrasiveness, right? And it makes it easy to mince. So mince up this garlic. Then we're going to shave in there. We're going to shave some red onion. So the beans, in contrast with the sharpness from the garlic and the onion and the acidity from the tomato, just outstanding, really. Okay, garlic goes right in there. Gorge. So let's hit it with some white balsamic already. Perfect. A little bit of black pepper, some salt. Okay, we're going to use garlic salt in a little bit, but not just yet. Okay. So let's go with a quarter of an onion first. And then we can add some more if we think so. Oh yeah, quarter is perfect actually. So when you're using this slicer, you want to be careful. Go slow once you get towards the end, because this slicer has taken many fingertips prisoner. Okay. So I'm going to take my tongue here and see, mix this up here. Oh yeah. So again, it's sitting in here in the beautiful white balsamic, garlic, onion. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. So I'm going to get a couple of ingredients from my pantry here. Castelvetrano olives and pickled Fresno peppers. So Castelvetranos are Sicilian olives that are extremely mild. They're the closest to a fresh olive that you can ever find. They're the brightest ones, crunchiest ones, so they're my favorite as far as texture. If you see, the color is bright green, and it's real plump, it's firm, you know. So when I'm making a fresh salad like this, I enjoy using Castelvetranos over almost any other olive. They're the least saltiest as well. So, you know, you don't get that overly salty, overly briny flavor, but you get the flavor of the olive. Again, these are Sicilian Castelvetranos. But you can use Calamatas, you can use olive and queen olives, all types. Spanish olives are great as well. Okay. Okay. So that's about a quarter cup's worth. Yeah, that's perfect. Next, I'm going to add some heat with the pickled Fresnos. All right, Fresno peppers. Fresnos are basically red jalapenos, guys. You can buy these raw and do this yourself, but the flavoring from having them already pickled is really, really, really fun. Okay, so give that a quick chop. Rinse my hand. Okay, so now we've gotten to the tuna part. Let's mix this up. Okay, when you're buying your tuna, guys, this is wild caught tuna. This is important. Here we have albacore wild tuna, sustainably pole and line caught. 100% pure tuna and nothing else. So you don't have fillers, you don't have chemicals, not even salt added. So you want to look for all these little like icons when you're buying your tuna, because this is something that is questionable. Okay, so I'm going to open these cans. I'm going to dump the excess water out of here. Okay, dump the excess water. Okay, so now I'm going to use my hands to break apart this tuna. Oh yeah, meaty. All right. So getting a high quality canned tuna is the most important part of this recipe, by the way. And this will store in the fridge for more than a week. This, again, perfect meal prep. Now, we're going to finish it with some extra virgin olive oil. Let me see. Beautiful. And a little bit more, like so. So we have the creaminess from the cannellini beans or the white butter beans. Then we have the herbaceousness or like the zestiness from the red onion, the garlic, the acidity from the tomato. Then we have that crunch and slight brininess from the Castelvetrano olives. Okay, then the finish with the extra virgin olive oil. Let's see. Let's give this a taste. Let's see, Stanley Tucci. Oh, and the spice. That's our touch from the pickled Fresnos. All right. Mm. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys. I have to tell you, cannellini beans and tuna are a match made in heaven. It works. Okay. So let me, again, the bottom to the top. Wow. Ah. Let's go. Beauty, beauty, beauty shot. I'm going to put this in another pretty bowl as well. Let's just pour some of this right onto here. All right, that's good. Now, pile that on nice and high. Oh, yeah. Gorge. Oh, yeah. You did it again, Tucci, you dirty dog. Yes. Yes. Tuna, butter beans or cannellini beans, tomatoes, onions, garlic, olives. Yum. White balsamic, pickled Fresnos, extra virgin olive oil. So much deliciousness. See, eating healthy definitely doesn't have to be boring. Again, I'm serving. There's so much flavor in that. Oh, yeah, there sure is. Okay. All right, guys, I'm making Stanley Tucci's famous tuna salad recipe. Let's give it a go. Let's see. Is it really good? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Make this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so when we're photographing salads and stuff, let's get for like the thumbnail, if we can. Look, can we get real close here? So something that has, hold on. Let's stylize this a bit. Okay, do not get my finger, but no, get low. Get real low. There you go. Don't get my nail. Like that, exactly. Okay. All right, it's now kitchen cleanup time for a second, because the next dish, I am beyond, oh, perfect. All right, actually, no, we'll clean it up after. Okay, I have here some sushi rice that I had cooked up. And for those of you that, that know all about sushi, because sushi is so popular, to make sushi rice, you start off obviously with sushi rice, but we have to make a mixture. Oh, thank you. Kujiro Culinary, thank you so much for following. Welcome in. We're going to make a mixture. This is what makes it sticky. Makes like, if you're going to make crispy rice, sushi rice, you got to make a mixture of rice wine vinegar and sugar. That's what makes it stick together, believe it or not. Here we go. Guys, take all this that way. Oh. And here. And chips. You got to have the chips. Okay. So, rice wine vinegar. You can use mirin as well, and it's already sweet. So, and then we add a little bit of sugar. Okay. We rinse this. So this little mixture of sugar and rice wine vinegar is what's going to make our rice get nice and crispy and stick together as well. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get a stainless steel pan. And I'm going to drizzle this over as I mix this up. There's a purpose for this. We do want this sticky and mushy. Okay, save some for right after. Okay. A neutral oil is going to go at the bottom of this pan. Now we're going to add chili crunch right to the bottom of this pan. You're like, what are you doing? This neutral oil and chili crunch oil. Then we're going to take our sushi rice, and that's just going to go right into that. And well, what we're going to do here is kind of pat this down as best as we can. You kind of tap and release. You don't press down too hard because then you start peeling away chunks of the rice. So down, release, down, release. Okay? Let's come back with a little bit of that vinegary sugar mixture. Perfect. Now it's coming together. There we go. Yep. This is looking good. Okay? So, on low. Next. Are we still on the Mediterranean theme? No, sir. If you see here, I have sushi rice working. I don't know if you noticed, but there's sushi rice working in there. And chili oil. Some here, but let me consolidate. 1, 2, 3, 4. On this stream, we don't just talk about delicious things. We talk about things that are good for you, right? So I like to use always organic pasture-raised eggs. So let's crack. I would say for that size, let's go with like 8 eggs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Kitchen Fairies, what do you think of the salads? Good? All right. Is it something that you guys would make? Yeah? All
I'm
right.
destroying it right now.
Okay.
I'm just like eating it all.
Okay. So I'm whisking the eggs here. 8 eggs in a bowl. I'm going to add a touch of water to the eggs. Cold water, just a touch. And that's going to help with the fluffiness. You can add milk, but we're, you know, water will do for this, for what we're doing. Hit it with a little bit of garlic salt. Garlic salt goes in. Jennifer Aniston or Tucci? That's a great one. I don't know. Which one do you guys like better? The Jennifer Aniston salad or the Tucci? So one was the quinoa, and the other one was tuna with bean. Tucci?
Tucci.
Tucci. Kitchen Fairies say Tucci. Okay. So here I have my oven preheated now to 350 degrees. Okay. And actually, I am going to add cheese. I was not going to add cheese, but I think I am now. Yeah. Let's go. Okay. So we're going to pour the egg right into here. Okay. That is pretty gorgeous, if you ask me. And we have here some freshly grated cheese. Okay. Have you ever tried omurice? No, I have not. Then we're going to hit this with our tricolored sesame seeds. And we'll hit it with some more after when it comes out. And let's go to our oven. This is going to go for a bit. Center. It's just going to bake there for a bit. All right, we're going to let that ride. Okay. So while that bakes, it's going to bake for about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. Okay. We're going to get our next recipe going. So let me get my chicken. Okay, so guys, we're gonna make chicken piccata radiatori. Radiatori, I love that pasta shape. Absolutely love that pasta shape. Very simple. Radiatori is this type of pasta. Looks supposedly like a radiator. So I think it's pretty funny that they call it radiatori. So I have radiatori here that's been cooked for 7 minutes, which means it's al dente. Yes, not mushy. And specifically this type of pasta, when it has a special shape, and that goes for any type of pasta with special shape. You want to make sure that it's 100% cooked al dente. Because once you overcook it, what happens is that then you start to lose its shape. And then you might as well have not had that shape at all. So that's cooked off here to the side. And what I'm going to do is then I'm going to cut up our chicken as well. Okay, so when we work with chicken specifically chicken, I love to whip out another cutting board because that makes it makes it easier to work in the same workspace, but not having to deal with cross-contamination. So, I have some pepper there. So boneless, skinless, organic chicken thighs, super tender, super flavorful. Okay. When we talk about chicken piccata, I always find it very interesting that people always think of a big piece of chicken, usually flattened out. Sometimes it's breaded, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's thinly breaded. And then if they put pasta next to it, oftentimes it's thin spaghetti, angel hair, or whatnot. Okay. So, but I like to use this chicken thigh. It's the filet mignon of the chicken, essentially. Meaning it's tender, it's juicy, and we're going to cut it up. That way, like the forkful is perfect. I always like to think of the dining experience from top to bottom, but from the perspective of the diner, the person who's going to be enjoying your creation. Okay. Here we go. So I've diced this up here. So I have here 3 chicken thighs, and I've cut them up into about a half inch dice. Okay. That's good. Okay. So now when I'm ready to switch back to whatever I'm working with, okay, I just take out my cutting board altogether. And if I want to be extra careful, I just sanitize that area, but I don't have to be all crazy with everything else. just in case any specks got out there. It's good. That's great. Okay, that's coming out really nice. So now we're going to cut up here our garlic. So what goes into a piccata? What goes into a piccata is garlic stock, some butter, and capers. What you can't miss out on is garlic and capers, pretty much. Then a fresh squeeze of lemon juice at the end. Okay, but got tons of garlic, that brininess from the capers, the brightness from the lemon juice, and chicken stock. That's it. It's simple, comforting flavors. Okay. Okay, we're almost there. That is about 2 tablespoons of garlic. Okay, let's go with a little bit of black pepper. Some garlic salt. Pasta pan. So we're going to cook our chicken first, and we want to develop those flavors inside of the actual pan that we're going to cook the pasta in. Okay. Get some tongs. So a little bit of neutral oil goes in the pan. So what is omurice? Is that the rawish egg in Japan with demi-glace and rice? I'm pretty sure. So guys, I just tossed the chicken here in cornstarch after I seasoned it, okay? So we move this around in the pan, like so. Yes, rawish kind, like, okay, but can be white as well. Oh, okay. Neutral oil is like canola oil. Canola oil, vegetable oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil. It's a neutral oil that doesn't impart flavor and it doesn't break down. It has a high smoke point. So lots of controversy over different neutral oils. Use the one that you're comfortable with. As long as you're using it above 325 degrees Fahrenheit, you will not be ingesting any of those toxins that they talk about. Okay, so we move around the chicken that we coated in the cornstarch, okay? And what that does is add, besides it's a natural tenderizer, it's going to help seal in the chicken juices, but it's going to add some body and viscosity to the sauce. Whenever I use olive oil, the chicken gets stuck. Correct. Well, that has to do with the temperature, and olive oil will break down as soon as it gets hot. So you never cook with olive oil. You're supposed to you dress with olive oil, meaning you use it on your salads or as a finisher, but never cook. You're not supposed to cook with it. So, okay, so our chicken thighs are working with garlic salt, some black pepper. We tossed it in cornstarch. Okay, we're moving it around in the pan. Once that gets nice and seared, you can kind of tell that most parts are, the heat has touched most of the parts of the chicken. Okay. Once that happens, we add our chicken stock. Okay. I like to use chicken bone broth. As you can see, it's organic. So we continue to move that around in the pan, removing all the delicious bits from the bottom of the pan. Okay. Now we're going to add about a quarter cup of capers. Okay. Okay. We're going to let that come together. Now we're going to chop up some fresh parsley. Lots of parsley goes in. Lots of parsley goes into piccata. Okay. Stems and all, guys. Tons of flavor in the stems. Let's keep on. So you got a lot of that garlic in there. We got the flavor from the capers. Our omelet's working hard, as they say in the biz, working hard. Okay. Pretty soon we're going to add our herbs to it and our pasta. I have here a piece of pecorino romano that I saved. We're going to freshly grate it. And if you want to be super indulgent, you can finish this with white truffle, but we're not going to do that today. So our chicken is actually cooking in this chicken bone broth that's garlicky and briny. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit more to loosen it up. I'm going to add more bone broth to here. Again, we're scraping the bits and pieces that get stuck to the pan. That's flavor. So, then I'm going to slice up little tidbits of butter. That's called beurre monté. We're going to mount the sauce, which means we're going to throw in there bits and pieces of butter to make, like, to shine up the sauce and make it richer. And we're going to go little by little. Oh yeah. A little bit more. Let that melt together. Continue to mix this up, squeezing that lemon juice right into the pan. Woof, that is beautiful. Okay, so let's taste it. Wow, way too hot. I'm crazy. Way too hot. Okay, so now we're gonna add our Hi, welcome in, Sargento. Well, we are making chicken piccata radiatori, and we've chopped up the chicken so it's not like this big piece of chicken, and it's done in excellent flavor style. So now we're gonna add our radiatori right to the pan, and since it was cooked al dente, we don't have to really worry about overcooking it in the sauce. You know, we were just mounting it with butter, which is one of the final steps in making a really great piccata. Oh, Jawad Mohammed, welcome in. Okay, so we're gonna fold in that butter. Okay. Now we're gonna go in with our herbs. Oh yeah. We're gonna add a little bit more of that stock in here. Loosen that up a bit. Let's move it around. Incredible. Chicken piccata radiatori. So now, I'll let that come together. All the flavors come together here. I'm gonna clean up, and then I'm gonna start to grate my cheese here. Check. Oh yeah. Let's turn that off. And let me. This looks fantastic. I'm going to grate our cheese just to have that done. I like to freshly grate this pecorino romano here. And then we're going to fold that into our pasta and serve it on the top as well. Okay. All right, I think we're good there. Okay. Now we get our green onions. Grating cheese is my least favorite workout. I have to agree. It's pretty nuts. It is pretty, like, as chefs, we just kind of get used to it. So at an angle here, we chop up our green onions. Eh. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. This is gorge. Gorge, gorge. Let's do a little bit more of that chili crunch, guys. Oh, wow. Oh my God, Becky, look at that. So let's see. Let's see what this is here. So first I'm gonna make sure that I separate the omelet part from the actual pan. How's your day been so far? Oh, mine's wonderful. How's yours? I'm like hanging out here with you guys, making some delicious food. I'm having the time of my life. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. Okay, let me grab something to actually take this out with properly. Okay. Oops. Oh, it actually came out great. Let's see. Now, let's see. All right, who wants to try rice and eggs and stuff like that?
You don't have to ask.
Okay.
Well, let's get a.
Anyways, the beauty shot's not the plate. It's going to be in the pan. We
In the
got to get
pan.
real close up in
Okay.
here. So that's the one. Yeah, look at that. You have that rice that we cook, Japanese-inspired shepherd's pie, kind of. It's an egg pie, yeah? So you got that rice on the bottom, the sushi rice on the bottom that we crisped up in the chili, the chili crunch. Then we made an omelet, a little bit of cheese on the top, some sesame seeds, green onions. Oh my goodness, guys. All right, let's give this a try. Oops. Okay, one's for you and one's for me. Okay. Who doesn't like egg and rice, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, well, well. Mm-hmm. Comfort food.
Oh yeah, and that chili It just ties it in.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Wow.
really good.
Oh, my God. Mm.
It's barely any talking, just eating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. All right. I tell you.
It was really great. Let me let's take a picture for social.
Yeah. Again, it's right in there. So. Okay.
I'll try another piece before I go.
You can take the plate with you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
man,
you.
that's good.
Okay. Vicki, would you like a piece? Okay. I am. This is a. Here you go. Please enjoy our Japanese omelet rice thing. All right, now we're going to switch out. And for my next trick, let's go back to our chicken piccata stuff. A what? Oh, yeah, of course. Oh. There we go. Ah, perfect. And Mikey, do you want extra chili crunch or you're fine with how it comes? Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so for my next trick, we're going to uncover that pot of chicken piccata radiatory. Okay. So we're going to get this bowl this nice bowl here, heaping radiatory chicken thighs, garlic, chicken bone broth, capers, parsley, and freshly shaved pecorino romano right over the top, guys. Just wow. So, all right, let's give this a try. So we have this really fun shape of pasta, okay, bite-sized pieces of chicken, and in a sauce that's killer. Chicken bone broth, butter, parsley, garlic, capers. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Okay. This is very hot, but these smells are so wonderful that you can't help it, you know. Oh. This is chicken piccata done maximum flavor style. Oh yeah. All right, guys. So remember, if you like recipes like this, whether you like watching them or you like making them, or you just like hanging out with us here in my home kitchen, talking about deliciousness and just hanging out, right? Subscribe, like, share with your friends. We are live today is today's Tuesday? Today's Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday, but we're typically live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes we're live Tuesday, sometimes we're live Thursday, but we let you know. But we are live on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and then we talk all about it on Discord. So share with your friends, subscribe, like, and if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a free Twitch subscription. So subscribe, guys, share with your friends, like, save, share, do all the things. But anyways, easy. This recipe, it's easy, on the table within 20 minutes, full of flavor, and who doesn't like a good chicken piccata, right? You know? Anyways, let's move that aside. So, let's go. All right. Well, this has to be, hold on, for the photo, let me get a fork. Or a spoon. Let me see. It's probably a spoon. Okay. So you get, and then you get one with the cheese. Okay, get real close, get low. Don't get that background. Tilt it. And there you go. That's it. Okay. What's the most fun recipe you made today? Oof. I don't know. I had a blast today. I have to say, I think it was the Japanese like omelet thing. I loved like mixing flavors and familiar textures like rice and eggs. That's very familiar, right? But to add like chili crunch and add the the sesame seeds and the scallion, that's new stuff. So that's wonderful. Oh, that was my favorite too. Oh, me too. Well, guys, I had a blast. I had a blast hanging out with you today. I hope to see you next week. It's too boring. Speaking of boring, I know if you're on here watching, I know you're allergic to boring like I am. So join me next week for some more over-the-top delicious recipes, maximum flavor style. We'll have some games, a challenge, and all these recipes, make them, and then talk to me about them on Discord. I will see you next week, guys.